panda doing? What that panda doing? You exploring? Hi, baby. To my panda.
Alright, so it is about 7 a.m. Been up since 5:30. Well, probably earlier than that actually, because I've been awake off and on throughout the night. I always tend to not sleep that well the first night that I'm in a new spot. I think somewhere around like 4 in the morning was first time that I really woke up with all the loggers driving in, which, I don't know, I guess I was a little surprised they'd be coming in that early because it was still dark, but I guess they gotta work when it's cool. But I'm just sipping my coffee, cold brew from home that I made, and then just some almond milk. I like using almond milk because it's not as big a deal to keep refrigerated. I know it says on the carton to refrigerate after opening, but I find that if I keep it in the shade, it's okay. I mean, I haven't died yet. So yeah, I'm just having my coffee. I spent the morning taking pictures, both with my phone and with my DSLR. So I'm pretty excited how those come out because I have a view of Mount Adams off this way. No, that's Mount Rainier. Mount Adams is off that way. And I can see both mountains. Not necessarily from... Oh yeah, I actually can. I can see both from out my window here. I thought about pulling in instead of backing in so that I'd have that view out of my back window. But I really like having the privacy of the rocks and stuff. So that's what it looks like behind me, is just some rocks. It's like this little mini meadow that I'm in that I'll show later. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna relax. I had a little bit of breakfast, just had a banana and some peanut butter. And I feel like it should be okay for me to set up my table and stove. I haven't had anybody seem offended that I'm here. In fact, when I was sitting in my chair with my camera by the front of my truck, a log truck went by and waved at me, so they probably don't care that people are camping up here. Oh yeah, and I did move to a different spot that's like, I don't know, 50 feet over. It's just like around the corner a little bit. And I do like the spot a lot better because it's open enough to have space, but it's not so open that it just feels, you know, like you're parked on the side of the road. This feels a little bit more like an actual like camp spot. And I have a better view. The mountains, I don't have to like walk to the edge of my campsite. I can just look out my back window here. I wish it would focus so you could see that. Oh well. Yeah, just gonna relax for a bit, have some coffee, and probably take a walk later.
Well, looky there. I finally found Packwood Lake, or not Packwood Lake. What was this lake called again? Newaukum Lake. Anyway, finally found it. Way down there. So, yeah, I don't know. I think just judging by how far I've went on this road, I think that that lake is pretty far down compared to the road that on the map looked like it was very nearby. Because, I mean, you can tell even just by the trees, it's pretty far down. I mean, I think that would be quite a hike to get down there. So I'm glad I wasn't completely dead set. Still a little bummed because I wish there was a road or a way to get down there. But, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll find something. I got a trippy view of all these wind turbines. They look so much smaller on camera. I mean, they really look huge this far away. Dude, I hit the spot jackpot. This is nuts. It's not even on the map. So you can see this little slice of brown. That's 71. And then you can barely see that little blue blob. Hold on. Where's my finger so I can point to it? Oh, whatever. Little tiny blue blob down there is my truck. I just think that's like freaky. It's so cool. There's the wind farm over there. And then, so there's a lake right there, but then there's another one right there. So I don't know if maybe both of those are Newaukum Lake or if just one of them is. But that's pretty sweet and kind of a bummer because if I wasn't in the clouds or if it wasn't cloudy, the mountain is just right over there in the middle of the frame. And which I figured I'd be able to see the mountain from up here. And then when I saw where my truck is, then I knew the mountain had to be over there. And I can kind of see it now. But the dang clouds, I mean, it would be huge. But yeah, this spot is legit. It's not even on the map. Haven't seen a single piece of trash, which is, I can't believe, man, just as I said that. Well, anyway, the amount of trash that I've seen, I guess, is significantly lower. But I mean, this is just, I can't believe this spot. I think I'm close to 4,000 feet right now. But that must be, I can't even tell if that's like Morton. I don't think that's Morton. I really wish I knew map reading skills better, but I think that's probably Chehalis way off there somewhere, maybe. I don't really know for sure, but I mean, you can just see forever. I think that must be 71 down there also. But yeah, I mean, this is just a breathtaking view. Yeah, super awesome up here. Wonder if you can see Mount Adams. Mount Adams should be somewhere. I lost Mount Rainier again. Yeah, I kind of wish I had been able to come up here yesterday when it was a lot less hazy. I'm sure I would have been able to see. I mean, Mount Rainier would have been crazy from up here. And I think, is that the road I came on? That's probably part of 71 also. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that that is Chehalis because east is the way that I'm filming right now. And Chehalis is west. So I'm pretty sure that's where that is. It's nuts. Or I guess it could be Mossy Rock maybe too. Something like that. So very tempted to come up here. Probably not today. Just because I've kind of got set up and established, and I don't think this is a spot that's going to get taken up real easy. Because it's so... I mean, it's not even on the map. This is the side road near where I'm camping, and then I'm on a side road off of that. And from what I can see on Google Maps, I mean, this road's not even marked, but I don't see anything that says that you can't be on this road. So pretty awesome score up here, for sure. I think I will end up coming up here tomorrow. Yep, right out there, right up there is definitely where I was. And then here's me. Now that's a view. Oh, it's even better than I imagined. Wow. That's not even in zoom. I think it actually does look twice as big as it did at the last spot. Alright, so I did decide to move today. By today, I guess I mean Tuesday. I just was too afraid that this spot would get taken up, and I figure if I get bored, aside from the views, but like bored without, the really hike or anything over here, I can just go back to my other spot or find another spot. So hopefully there's not too much aftermath in here. Alright, so I packed things with thought in mind, kind of the ways that I would be leaning, and that road definitely felt worse than I was expecting. Ooh, good sign so far. Everything appears to be how I put it. Figure the tighter you pack things, the more secure they will be. I guess it just probably felt bumpier because I was driving faster this time. Confidence is getting up a little bit, but not quite at the level where I can film while driving. Sweet, even my janky duct tape cooler is holding up, which, by the way, at least last time I checked a few hours ago, the ice hadn't melted like whatsoever. There's no water in the bottom of the cooler, so I don't know if it's the fact that they're blocks, if it's the Reflectix, or if it's the fact that I'm pretty sure it is cooler up here. I mean, it feels like it's probably only 75, maybe 80 at the heat of the day in the sun. So probably a factor, a combination of all three, but I'm gonna unload this stuff and reset up my camp. And then check the cabinets, because that's probably where I'm going to have the problem. But the canopy stayed in place, so that's good. Oh boy. All right, good evening. Just finished doing a little bit of writing, kind of planning for future videos that I want to do, writing them out by hand, old school, and I'm about to light a campfire. So I made a little one in the pit that's actually closer to my truck yesterday, but it's a little bit of a bummer because I couldn't get very close to the fire, so I made myself, oh, where is it? Nope. There it is. A little fire, and I have arguably a much better view right here. I mean, all the views up here are pretty awesome, but I can look right out. I've got Mount Rainier behind me, and the wind farm somewhere over here. It's cloudy, and it's been cloudy almost all day except for now, where I have that beautiful view of Mount Rainier. And yeah, there's almost no clouds. And you can see there's a few little clouds, but gonna be a clear night, which is awesome. Wish last night had been clear because it was supposed to be the peak of the Perseids, which would have been just right over there according to the night sky app. Missed out on that because it was completely clouded, but I'm guessing tonight will be even colder because when I pulled, and I'm doing all my temperatures by a meat thermometer, by the way, so I don't know how accurate that is, but by feel, it feels accurate. But according to the meat thermometer, it was, let's see, I think 65 earlier today, kind of like in the early evening, late afternoon. So yeah, it's definitely a lot cooler compared to the 80 and 90 that I've been used to. And since it is now clear and I can already feel how cold it is, in fact, let me go get my trusty meat thermometer and see actually how cold it is right now. But yeah, so far, no, it's still going down. So even in the sun, it's only 50 degrees. It's actually kind of colder than I thought it was. But yeah, I am planning to cook on my fire, so I'm probably gonna get that started here in a minute so that by the time I finish prepping everything, I've got some nice hot coals to cook on, which is another reason why I love cast iron, because I have the option to do it on my stove or on the fire, and I don't have to have two different sets of cookware, so that's really nice. So yeah, you can see my little kitchen setup that's gotten a little messy back there. And my plan is I'm going to be making kind of like a burrito type situation with works refried beans, red pepper, onion, avocado, and corn tortillas. I made something similar when I was camping before, but not over the fire, so I think it's going to be even better. So yeah, I need to get started on that, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Well, I've definitely had some interesting variations of weather this week, from really cold to really hot, humid, dry, and now tonight I get to deal with a lot of wind, which normally doesn't bother me. I guess it's just I've never been in a, well, it's not really a windstorm, but I've never been in a lot of wind with this particular setup. And the last time I had to deal with a lot of wind, I was actually in Natchez, sleeping in the cab, but I was also with my mom and we didn't have a lot of trees around us, so I hear a lot more things. So, cut my fire early, which kind of sucked. I tried to keep it small, but even like the smallest sticks, it was just getting too much for me, too many sparks, and even though I was kind of on the edge of the cliff, there wasn't really a lot that it could catch. I'm just rather be safe than sorry. Plus the wind was just kind of cold, so yeah, a little bummed because it's only like 9:30, I think, and I'm already inside for the night. But I am glad that I stopped the fire when I did because it was getting windier and windier and windier. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. So yeah, hopefully that was audible. That was a little bit more of a gust. Perfectly timed. Yeah, I think I'm going to read. I've got my physical book, Divergent. I finished Wild last night and was going to start Into the Wild today, about the guy that I think was in Alaska and like goes off to be a forest hermit in a bus or something, and something happens to him. But anyway, I really wanted to read that book, but I had it downloaded on Libby, which is what I was reading Wild with, and for some reason the app just doesn't want to go offline anymore. It's only wanting to load online, and I don't have internet connection. So earlier today I got enough of a data signal where it would load, but it seems like it logged me out also. So can't read that because I don't have any way to log back in because I don't have a strong enough data connection. So at least I have a hard copy of a book with me. That's why I made sure to have one along just in case something happened. And yeah, I like it so far. I think I'm in like 4 chapters in. The chapters are really short. I mean, you can see like I'm not very far into it at all. So don't mind my toilet bucket over here on the counter there, but last night I had those 2 string lights from the dollar store hung on the outside of my canopy, but they kept scraping even in like the bit of a breeze and slight windiness. So I didn't want to have to put up with that all night. And funny story, I actually thought that the sound of these guys scraping on the outside of my canopy was a bear. So for about an hour I felt like an idiot because I realized that I don't have any like protection against a bear. I don't have bear spray. I don't have really any tools that'll make a loud noise. So definitely need to add some of those things to my list just in case. But after an hour, I finally got up the courage to just check, and there was no bear, thankfully. But yeah, now that, I know that they make that sound, I just didn't even want to deal with it tonight. And I've got my candles, which I make sure that I don't leave on. Sometimes with the string lights, I will leave them on. And then I've got the rocket ship ones behind me. And a doggo. But, let's see. Let's look at these without 2 lights. Normally I have all 8 of my lights in, but this trip I just didn't bother to put more than 2 in. And honestly, I think that 2 is plenty of light. If the set hadn't come in an 8-pack, I don't think I would have needed 8 lights, but I needed to have symmetry in an even number, or it would have drove me crazy. But aesthetically, it does look better to have all of them screwed in, but at least I'm saving battery this way because I don't have all of them going at once. But if I was cooking or doing something like that, or something where I needed a lot of light, I probably would want all of them in. I don't even think that's full brightness. Yeah, no, that's full brightness. of just those two lights, and you can see how much it actually lights things up in here. And I'm, 5 feet away from them. But I've just been keeping them on 50%. Put them down there because that's the end of the canopy that I go to the bathroom at. So if I need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I can just remote them on. But this is how the lights look off. So I think it picks up better off camera. Like, to me it looks better. It's not really picking up. One set is kind of a purple color. So it's Saturn, and the other color is kind of a peachy, like orange kind of color. And they're shooting stars, and then got the rocket ships behind me. So yeah, it makes it, a little bit nicer to just be hanging out in here so early. And I might watch another episode of, I think it's Tiny Home Nation is what I've been watching. Or I might read first. I guess I probably have a few hours before I'll fall asleep anyway. So I might end up doing both. But yeah, tomorrow might be my last day staying in this spot. Hopefully I'll get one last campfire before I move on from this area. Five-year-old suspension and solid axles. Yep. Jingle bells, butterflies small. Might be a little too wide for this trail. Maybe all the layers of dust will protect my paint. Or I guess I can say the scratches are just a flesh wound. You can see it a little bit, hopefully. Bounce there is. Oh, this is probably the worst spot. How is it so bouncy? Actually, it's not even bouncy. It's not bouncy like my shocks are bad. It's just too stiff, I think. There we go. And now we're at the bottom. And that's almost the end of today's video. I know it was kind of a long one, so if you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking through it. And as a little bonus, I've got some pictures from my DSLR camera for you all to enjoy. So I'll put the cool music back on and y'all can just sit back and relax and see some cool pictures. See you next time.